Hey folks, it's Joel Ellison with Pinnacle Mountain Gunsmithing. Today I'm bringing you another old gun that we recently rescued at the most recent gun show. This is an Iver-Johnson Champion. This particular one was made sometime between 1909 and 1919. It's one of the classic old single-shot shotguns. This particular one, when we got it, looked like it had either been hanging over a fireplace or had been near a fire in a gun safe. Something along those lines, because the finish on the stock was all kinds of cracked and bleh. In any case, it was, we scraped all that back, found that there was in fact a decent stock underneath this, and it's somewhat collectible, just sheerly how old it is. We ended up having to add a lot of wood back up here along the top of the tang, and it's one of the classic workhorse shotguns of America's agricultural heritage. This particular one actually takes down in a rather unique way. As with most single shot shotguns, we have our lever here and we have our barrel. Pivots open, you can see that nothing in it. We do have an extractor, but not an ejector. If you get one of these guns that's more modern made, it will generally have an ejector, which will pop the shell right out somewhere over your shoulder. Just don't put your face right over it. Ask me how I know. In any case, this particular shotgun is also hammer fired with an external hammer, which is nice and simple. We have a barrel release right here, and that allows us to, once we have the shotgun open, make it a little awkward here, take a little weight off of it, and we can pull our pivot pin right out. And that is how we can get this into two separate halves. We got our barrel and forend. That's just a screw-on forend. Nothing that complicated. And knocking stuff off the bench, just like the cat. In any case, we have our back end right back here. It's a little sparse on markings. I don't know if you can, I'll see if I can make it show up in this lighting, but right here you can see Iver-Johnson, and their address line is unfortunately kind of obliterated just due to the sheer age of this particular piece. How do we know it's an old shotgun? Well, for a couple of ways. We have our serial number, which in this case is all numbers. They actually had a system at one point in where the serial number for their shotguns was were letters that substituted for numbers. I guess that's one way to make them unique, but yeah, it's really not too unusual. In terms of replacement parts, about the only thing we replaced on the this particular one was the trigger guard, which that's nice and simple to get on and off. That's just a quick little screw right down here, and it just hooks in on the front end. I can show you that right here. I am going to take the stock off here in a minute to show you some of the inside mechanism. I think these are kind of neat. Super simple. These were, like I said, these were agricultural workhorses. On a farm, a shotgun is a very useful implement, and these were pretty much farm implements, and nothing to them. We have our trigger guard that just has a little hook on the front end there, and just screws right in. There's a tiny screw there on the back. Let me get off the butt pad and let me show you the inside of this. Stand by. Alright, we have our butt plate removed, and we have our central bolt that holds the receiver into the stock. And that's just a simple flathead screw. This particular one's actually kind of easy to get to compared to some that are way deep down in a cavity, way down in the dark somewhere. This just unscrews. There's a little washer. Not a huge deal. This particular one's not terribly tight, but you can just pull it off. If you did have to exert a little force, don't pry the head of the stock or anything like that. Use the receiver itself as a hammer. You can tap it on the stock on the edge of your workbench, and little by little, momentum will free the receiver. But yeah, we've done a lot of acroglass work on the inside of here just to maintain a little bit of structural rigidity. And inside, you'll find a V-spring. Most of these out there that were made after 1919 actually have a coil spring and a little bar in here. This particular one, the V-spring, powers both the trigger and the hammer. If you could see that, yeah, you saw the spring move just a little bit. But yeah, these things are super simple. The only thing holding the barrel in is that little dropping block right there. And that's actuated by this little piece, the little release here. Part of the return of that is also this spring that's kind of riveted to the bottom of the receiver. You can see that flexing right there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's just our release mechanism for our pivot pin, which is right there. These are super easy to maintain and fairly easy to repair as well. And farmers use these for all sorts of things, getting rid of pests, scaring off birds, pretty much anything you could imagine, including hunting and self-defense even in a pinch. The barrel is a little long. I think this was originally a 32-inch barrel, but this one's about 30.5 inches. And the uneven cut makes me think that somebody has cut this off at some point. I may come back in and square that off a little bit to make it shoot a little better, but I haven't yet pulled the trigger on this, so yeah, we'll see. In any case, that's kind of the whole mechanism. Let me get her put back together and I'll share with you some more thoughts. We'll close out. Alright, we have our back end reassembled here. And I'm just going to put the fore end back on. And if I can get out of my own way here. Hang on. There we go. There we go. And we have the pin, and that just slides right back. Boom. When I first bought this shotgun, it was kind of a wreck, but I've done a lot of work on it and brought it back from the dead. Like I said before, these were farm implements. It was a piece of equipment that got used and used well, and yeah, this one got converted into a wall hanger. I've gone back and it actually seems to be a useful shotgun. I may keep it, I may sell it, I don't know. But in any case, we're at Pinnacle Mountain Gunsmithing. We're a small mom-and-pop gunsmithing shop. And we're located in beautiful Pickens, South Carolina. And we'd love to help you out with any of your projects that you might have. In any case, please contact us at pinnaclemountaingunsmithing.com. We are open by appointment only, and we'll hope to see you soon. Bye.